All right, so here is our story. So the last time we read, George was writing his grandma, and now he's writing her again. He wrote about he's going to get a puppy. So I'm wondering if he gets the puppy, but it hasn't been that long, so maybe it's still not yet. March 26, 1938, Saturday. Dear Grandma, when we finished the barn chores this morning, Pa asked if we'd like to go with him to a farm auction that was going on today near Willow River, which is a town about 8 miles from here. I had never been to a farm auction, so I didn't know what to expect. Pa said he needed some farm equipment and a team of horses. We have cows and chickens, but with the spring work coming up fast, we'll need horses to help machinery. We will need horses to pull the machinery necessary for putting in our crops. We weren't the only ones at the auction. Cars were lined up on both sides of the road when we got to the farm. As we walked up the road, I could hear the patter of the auctioneers selling the farm tools, hammers, saws, wrenches, and all that sorts of thing. I've never heard an auctioneer before. This one sounded like a singer and a speaker combined. It was fun to listen to him and to watch the reactions of the people in the audience as he held up each item and began his spiel, trying to fetch as much money as possible. Pa bid on a grain drill. That's what he called a machine that looks like a big long box with wheels on each side and a series of disc-like things hanging from the bottom. Here's how I remember it went. Auctioneer, and what I'm offered for this good grain drill. Do I hear 25? Anybody 25? Anybody $25 for this good drain drill? Good drill. Pa, 25. Auctioneer, and who will make it 30? Do I hear 30? 30. This drill is ready to go. Just dump in some grain, hitched up your team, and you're sowing wheat and oats, whatever you want to sow, or who says $30 for the drill? Another farmer, 30. Auctioneer, and who will make it 35? Do I hear 35? Anybody 35? Pa says 35. Auctioneer, and now 40. Who will make it 40? Anybody make it 40. I'm going to sell it. Last chance. Once, twice, 3 times. Sold to that fellow standing in the back. And mark it cheap. I don't know if you've ever heard an auctioneer, but I have. And I'm going to probably write about that in my journal, that they really do go fast. It's pretty crazy. I don't think I could ever talk that fast. Pa won the grain drill. He also bought 4-wheeled hay wagon and a team of horses. Their names are Maud and Tony. We put the grain drill on the wagon and pulled it home behind the car. The trucker who delivered our cows was at the auction, and he told Pa he'll haul Maud and Tony to our farm. He'll get here around chore time. For country people, that means about 5 o'clock, or give or take a half hour. Looks like we're all set to farm. At least that's what Pa said on the way home. He told me he's going to teach me how to drive the horses and how to harness them. He says I'm old enough. I don't know if I'm looking forward to driving our new team. They are big horses, Grandma. Really big. I guess they have to be big in order to pull a plow and all the other farm machinery that we have on Hillside Farm. Your grandson, George. I miss writing letters. Glad we're writing one to the seniors. March 27th, 1938, Sunday. Dear Grandma, when we got home from church this morning, Pa asked if I was ready to try my hand at driving our new team. What could I say? I mostly was worried about one of them putting its big foot down on mine. I mentioned that to Pa, and he kind of smiled and said, "They won't do that, at least if they are like the other horses I've known." That didn't do much to take away my fear. As Pa harnessed the team, he said I should watch what he was doing, because next time I'll be doing it by myself. First, he put the padded piece of leather around each horse's neck. He called them collars. Then he gathered up the leather harnesses and pulled it across Maud's back and fastened it to her collar with a little strap. He buckled a couple more straps then turned to Tony and did the same thing. Before I knew it, he was finished harnessing the team and telling me that it was easy to do. It sure doesn't look easy to me, but I guess it's one more thing I'll have to learn. Well, he's getting a lot of stuff. He has to milk the cows, and now he's going to have to learn to do that. Pa led Tony out of the barn, and I led Maud, fearing every minute that the big horse... Did I tell you, Grandma, that both horses are brown with black tails and black manes? That's the long hair that grows on their neck. Would step on me, but she just walked along without even coming close and stepping on me. Once outside the barn, Pa walked the horses so they stood next to each other, and then he buckled a couple of straps so they would stay that way when they walked. He handed me the driving lines, which are 2 long pieces of leather attached to the horse's bridle. Then he said the only way to learn how to drive a team is to do it. So there I stood, holding the driving lines with these 2 gigantic horses, standing a few feet in front of me. To get the horses moving, you say, "Giddy up." Pa said, "Shake the lines a little when you say it." To stop, you say, "Whoa," and pull back on the lines a little. To steer, you just pull on the lines in the direction you want the horses to turn. I must say it all worked pretty well. Driving the team is not as difficult as I thought it would be. I marched Maud and Tony around the yard a few times, stopped, started, turned left, turned right. Nothing to it. I even forgot about my bad leg. Pa said they are a well-trained team. Another school day tomorrow, so I better get to bed. I didn't tell Pa this, but it was kind of fun driving our new horses. Your grandson, George. Huh. So he does like it. So for my journal, I'm going to grab my history journal. The very first thing that he talked about, that he shared from the first day that I wanted to share and ask them about, or my connection, was week 5, day 5. Number 1, George went to his first auction and he liked hearing the auctioneer. I'm looking up how to spell this. Ction, auctioneer, talk fast. Number 2. So I have a capital for George and an end mark. George went to his first auction and he liked hearing the auctioneer talk fast. So that's +2. This one's that was just kind of like a fact. My connection is I like auctions, but I usually don't buy anything. Oops, that's supposed to be a U. I usually don't buy anything, but I like watching them. Capital for I, another I, and a period. I like auctions, but I usually don't like buying anything, but I like watching them. List 2. Number 3. I wonder, this is a question that I have. I wonder how much 30. Oh, his dad, 40, because his dad spent $40. He bid 30, then the one guy bid 35, and then he bid 40. I wonder how much $40 would have been in 1938. I don't know. Capitals for I in 1938 and mark, question mark. So I have 2 points for that one. My next question. Actually, I'm going to make a connection. I don't have a question. I actually have a connection. I was scared of horses at first because they were so big, but they are beautiful. I'm going to say very with all capitals. Very beautiful. I, capital, was scared of horses at first because they are so big, but they are very beautiful. +2. Last one. So I'm going to move this up a little bit. Excuse me for shaking the camera. I just want to make sure you guys can see what I'm doing. So I'm on my last one in order to get my A. So I have 4 would get me a B, and a B is a great, actually, if you feel like that's a lot for you, I'm fine with the B, but I think that I can do 5. And my last part that I was going to write about is, I wonder if he will have to milk the cows still. If he has to run the horses and I wonder if he will still have to milk the cows if he has to run the horses, question mark. Capital I, wonder if he will have to, yep, and I've got my end mark, and those are all connected to the story. So I have a question, a comment, I have a fact, and I have all my points. So I'm going to give myself +10 out of 10, rock star, A+, baby. Yeah. All right. Oh, and I meant to put up here letters from Hillside Farm. I just dawned on me too. I wonder when they got out of school back then, because it's in March, and I don't think they go to school very long back then, but maybe I'm wrong, because he'll probably have to do all of that in the summer.